knuckleballer R.A. Dickey, and hard-throwing Ross Detweiler in the opener on Masson.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
It is September. Holiday weekend upon us. The turnstiles will be clicking on a Grand Slam Labor Day weekend out at the scoreboard walk. All kinds of things to enjoy along with baseball. And the Mets in town. The Nats and the Mets have had a pretty good season series so far. Bob and FP, welcome to Nationals Park. Sure is good to get back home. Sure was good to make a 10-game improvement last year over the year before. The Nats looking to do that. But if you're not going to contend, at least it's all about progress.
It is, and it's about finishing strong. When you talk about the Nats schedule coming up, they're facing the next 17 games, teams below 500. So this is a good time to get right. They're in a ballpark where they play well, 37-28, 9 games over 500, and they have a chance to finish on last place for the first time in 07. But, you know, I think 500, who cares? Finish strong, play well down the stretch. You signed up for 162 games, and if I'm a free agent and I'm looking to go somewhere next year and I see a team that finishes strong, I might want to sign with that ball club. So I don't believe in momentum going over to the following season, but you want to play the season out as best you can.
Yeah, time to get to 69 as quick as possible, then go beyond there and take your chances on 75 to 80 wins. Ross Detweiler gets the call tonight. Losing record, but a very good ERA. He has suffered from some lack of run support, and he's really fighting for a job for next year and doing a good job at it.
He is, and his fastball was great last time against Cincinnati. He lost the game 6-3, but I thought, you know, there were some unearned runs involved in that outing. But we'll watch his fastball velocity. It's taken him a little bit of time to get up to 94, 95. But, you know, like Steve McCaddy always says, he wants him to sit around 92, 93 and have that reach back when he needs it.
And for the Mets, when Jose Reyes is healthy, they're a very good offensive ball club. Still leads the league at .335, 51 multi-hit games, and he's been out for a couple of weeks. 16 triples, 35 stolen bases. Many feel he's the most exciting player in the National League. He will lead off in just a moment. TNT, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network, and by Honda. See your Honda dealer and discover the great values now being offered. Our dreams have come true on baseball weather. It's amazing. There's Terry Collins. His Mets are 3 games under 500. They're 3 games ahead of the Nats, who would love to catch them and at least pass them up and get into 3rd place. And here's the Train game time conditions. Look at that, 79 degrees. It is a little muggy, but that's okay. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Train. Mets are hitting .265. Only St. Louis has a higher batting average in the National League. And David Wright on the road, actually better at home. And hey, why not? That's a big ballpark, hard to hit for power at Citi Field. And the Mets are 4th from the bottom in home runs in the league with only 90. In contrast, the Nats have 39 more than that. So they got their right-handed hitting lineup in there against Ross Detweiler. It'll be his 4th career game and his 2nd career start against New York, and he's sporting a very impressive 0.96 ERA against the Metropolitans.
Yeah, a little ownage against the Mets for Ross Detweiler. Last time out, he took a 6-3 loss at Cincinnati. 6 runs, only 3 of them were earned on 8 hits in 6 innings. He struck out 4, walked 1 through 88 pitches. 59 of those were strikes. So fastball, curveball change from Detweiler tonight against the Mets. And defense behind Ross Detweiler, a little different from last night. You see the flip-flop in center field and right field. Last night, Jason Worth played center field, and Rick Ankiel played right, but they're back in their more familiar positions tonight. Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side, Cora and Marrero on the right side, and Wilson Ramos doing the catch, and Alex Cora, after not starting since July 27th, got his first start on August 28th, Sunday at 3rd. He's playing 2nd tonight for Danny Espinoza. So after not playing for a month, 2 starts in 1 week, he's going to have to ice down after the game.
13-year veteran Mark Wegner at the plate, Ed Rapuano, crew chief Brian Onora, Alfonso Marquez. Here comes Detweiler, first pitch. We're underway at 7:06, and that one's outside. Jose Reyes hitting .335, and his on-base percentage is .374. He is the consummate leadoff man, and there just aren't hardly any. I would say many, but there are hardly any like him in all of baseball. The true leadoff guys who bump the ball around, switch hitter, great speed, occasional power, and that's a foul tip on a check swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And of course, Reyes will be a free agent. There was big news in Mets land today. The $200 million deal with Eddie Einhorn of Chicago fell through, and the Mets are now searching for an infusion of cash. This is trouble. Too far for Detweiler to get there right away, and too far for Chris Marrero to get there right away. So the big question is, can the Mets afford to re-sign a guy like Jose Reyes?
Well, whenever you hit one off the knuckles and get a base hit, I would re-sign a guy like that. I mean, you talk about the presence and getting on base and the speed, and how, speed changes how you field your position. When you're hitting .335, they all fall for you. Even ones that almost hit your hand.
That'll bring in Justin Turner, 26-year-old infielder from Long Beach. Played for Cal State Fullerton, and he's hitting .257. Fastball, tails low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. So the season series is New York 6-5, but the first 6 games here have been split. Last year, the team split all 18 right down the middle. Well hit. Beyond the reach of Desmond, out into the gap. Michael Morse was playing way off the line. And the Mets, who are good at collecting base hits, have 2 on to start the game.
Yeah, Justin Turner coming in this game ice cold, just 16 for his last 80, 200 average. Checking in early tonight with a knock.
In his first career at bat against Ross Detweiler. Not too many of the Mets have seen him more than 1 or 2 ABs. That'll bring in right fielder Lucas Duda.
I mean, you look at the Mets stats offensively versus left-handers 250, versus right-handers 270, home 266, away 264. Pick any category, they're right around 260 something. That'll tell you every single time they're a bunch of grinders. They're guys that are going to grind out their at-bats. They're going to take what the opposition gives them, not try to do too much. So nothing spectacular, but they get the job done. Runners on, 266. Scoring position, 264. It's all right in the same neighborhood.
Target is in after strike one. Detweiler gets it in there in great fashion. 0-2. Lucas Duda 0 for 1 career against him.
94 miles an hour. Pretty good velocity early from Ross Detweiler.
Detweiler with a long pause goes right after the hitter on 0-2.
Not that Jose Reyes is going to steal third base with nobody out and a left-hander up there. But if he does decide to go, and I'm the Nationals and I'm Wilson Ramos, I'm throwing behind the play to try to get Justin Turner at second base. I think that's where the out is. You're going to watch the guy in front of you if you're the trail runner, and you're not going to get quite as good a jump as he is.
Struck him out. Heavy fastball boring down and in on the left-handed batter. And for Detweiler, 31st K of the year against 14 walks.
Let's check out the sequence to Duda. That first pitch fastball right down the middle, just gauging, trying to see what he has. 94 in the hands. 92 fouls it off, but they're all down and in. So good location, good velocity so far for Detweiler.
And the pitch track brought to you by Verizon, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. Next up, David Wright on a 5-game hitting streak. 8 base hits over that time. Always hits well here. Always hits well against the Nats. Nearly 300 career.
If you're the trail runner on first base, you have to keep your eyes on Jose Reyes. So when he gets in his primary lead, his focus is on Reyes. See him looking right there, and if he goes, I got to go right with him. You see where the eyes are? Probably a little bit bigger lead than he normally has.
David Wright kills one to left center. Into the red seats, and the Mets have 3 runs. It's almost like a vacation for their power hitters when they're not in their own ballpark. That ball might have been out in New York. It might have hit off that big tall wall out in left center. And David Wright's 12th of the year adds his RBI total with 3 up to 49.
And it turns out all Justin Turner had to do was look at David Wright. And that's where the big boy goes. You go up to the red porch, and you see the frustration right there by Detweiler.
6th home run given up by Ross in just over 44 innings.
Yeah, look at David Wright's numbers. 270, 11 home runs, and every time he comes into this ballpark, he's absolutely locked in.
That ball hammered by Angel Pagan, gathered in by Michael Morris, 2 down. That'll bring in Jason Bay. Who was swinging the bat really well the last time the Nats saw the Mets. He's down to 232 now. Single-digit home runs and 44 RBIs. This will be the 2nd consecutive year, and he'll make it to double figures. But 2nd consecutive year, the Mets are paying a lot of money, upwards of $16,000 a year, for not a ton of production. He was hurt last year, suffered a concussion in July at Dodger Stadium, and he will pop up here. Rick Ankiel has it, and that's it for the Mets in the top of the 1st. But David Wright hits his 12th, 3-0 New York. Washington 14th in the league in hitting, 14th in runs. Ian Desmond getting more comfortable all the time in that leadoff spot. Batting average is up to 241. Has had a bit of a problem with the knuckleball lately, and so has Ryan Zimmerman. Desmond 1 for 12, Zimmerman 2 for 13 career against R.A. Dickey, who starts against the Nats for the 8th time in his career.
Yeah, pitching on 3 days rest. It's the 3rd time in his career he's done it. And last time out he won 2-1 against the Marlins on August 29th. 7 scoreless innings, allowed 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 6. Through 100 pitches, 67 for strikes.
And the reason for that, he was supposed to start one of the games last weekend when the hurricane washed out the Mets at home against Florida. One ball and 1 strike to Ian.
And a fastball, changeup, knuckleball from Dickey. He'll throw that knuckleball 75% of the time, but he throws the fastball more than most knuckleball guys.
Fly ball to right. It'll be easy for Lucas Duda.
Defense tonight for the New York Mets behind R.A. Dickey. Bay, Pagan, and Duda in the outfield. Reyes and right on the left side. Turner and Evans on the right side. Mike Nickius doing the catching.
Here's Rick Ankiel. 6 career hits against Dickey and 17 ABs with an RBI. Maybe this is what Rick needs. He's 5 for his last 40 after a hot streak that had him up in the high 240s. There's a real slow one. Straight back it goes, and it finds its way over the screen. Good career numbers against the New York pitching staff. In the air, straight back again. Phillies underway at Florida with the first inning run. Braves are hosting the Dodgers behind Brandon Beachley. Beachy against Chad Billingsley. And that's what the East is up to tonight. And Keel takes it up and in.
It's like your average fastball from a knuckleball guy. 85 miles an hour, pretty good sink to it. It'll get you thinking up there with 2 strikes, that's for sure.
Then he really slows one down, and Ankiel somehow doesn't get so far out ahead of it that he can't hit it fair. And now with the right fielder bobbling the ball, Duda. Well, he thought Rick might go to third for a moment, but he'll stop at second with a double.
Yeah, pretty good job of staying on the knuckleball with 2. Took a fastball borderline pitch on the inner half. You see the grip right there, a little 2-finger piece on the knuckleball. Dropping right down into the zone, and there was no rotation on that pitch at all. He stayed through it nice. Got himself a double. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that have different theories on how to hit a knuckleball. To me, it's swing hard in case you hit it. I mean, you go up against a guy like that, you don't look for anything. You're sitting on a knuckleball, get it up, tee it high, let it fly. And I think when you get to 2 strikes, maybe you have to guard against an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. But until then, you're playing wiffle ball in the backyard.
I think Mike Nickius thought he had caught that ball, and then he was surprised when he saw it off to the left. Catchers will use a very loose catcher's mitt, almost like an enhanced first baseman's mitt to catch the knuckler. Dickey has faced Zimmerman 13 times and retired him 11 of those. And a 2-0 is right in there. Michael Morse. Pretty good success against Dickey. Couple of RBIs, 3 hits in 9 ABs. Zimmerman with a runner in scoring position. Good take on a ball fluttering up and away. Ball 3.
You see the difference in that knuckleball to the one Rick Ankiel hit. The one Ankiel hit kind of had 12-6 break straight down. That one just kind of rode off into the sunset, little slider action to it. So that's the tough part about hitting a knuckleball guy. You don't know what the pitch is going to do, pitch to pitch.
Ryan's only played in 5 of the 11 games between the two ball clubs with his extended time on the DL. Actually hurt himself in New York running the bases. And a 3-2. Good job of just taking it out the other way. All right, Dickey, he's been around for a long time. First year in the big leagues, 4 games with Texas in 01. He was there till 06, couple of years in the minor leagues. Seattle, Minnesota, 08-09, and then a breakthrough season for the Mets with 11-9 and 26 starts last year. Zimmerman out to the gap in right center. Over to grab it, Lucas Duda. 2 down. Michael Morse coming in, 6th leading hitter in the league. The Nats have a knack for winning early in a series. It's the rest of it that's been a problem. And the Mets have a very respectable road record at 3 over. They're 600 at home, by the way. And Jason Worth is the key matchup of the night. With 8 hits, 2 homers, 4 RBIs against Dickey. He's on deck here. Michael coming off a 4-for-13 series in Atlanta with 5 RBIs.
You talk about the way the offense went on that road trip. Probably not what they would have wanted. But one guy they got was Jair Jurgens. He had a bad knee going. But I'm thinking about last night. Tough travel day, tough loss. Getting in late. I would want to face a knuckleball guy. Getting in at 2 in the morning. That would be a perfect guy for me to face on minimal sleep.
Morris will stroke it to right center. That'll get the Nats on the board. Ankiel scampers home. Michael Morse is 1 RBI away from 80 now. And you hit for high average, even if you're a big power guy, by using the ballpark.
And you hit it like he throws it. You're going to throw that knuckleball soft out over the plate. I'm going to hit it soft out over the plate. You see it just kind of tumbling away right there. Not trying to do too much, putting the ball in play. With a 2-out RBI, those are gold.
And Keel scoring easily. Suddenly Worth, with all that success we mentioned a moment ago against Dickey, represents the tying run.
I don't know what sign that was from Johnny Gomes, but I liked it.
2-out stake. Maybe.
Yeah. He had a 2 and a 1, right? We got to see that again. I think he had a 2 in one hand and a 1 in the other hand.
So maybe 2 outs, 1 RBI?
Yeah, 2-out RBI. That or he's at a Motley Crue concert, one or the other.
Worth made it to 50 RBIs in the road trip. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's the guy that used that phrase. The first time the Nationals faced R.A. Dickey this year, he said, hey, the out pitch in wiffle ball was a knuckleball. All my buddies used to throw it to me. I love hitting it. I'm used to it.
Goes fastball and misses 2-1. Dickey career record of 38 and 48. Tonight is his 200th major league appearance, his 102nd start. Worth out to center. It'll play in routine fashion for Pagan. But the Nats do get one of those runs back on the Ankiel double and the Michael Morse clutch 2-out hit. Cherokee ever. That is a beauty of a car. I've had a couple of Cherokees. Those are great road cars. The 4x4 on display here. So when you come by tomorrow and Sunday, check them out. Nick Evans hitting .264. And he will hack one to left. Now the Mets are ahead 4-1. And for Evans, his third of the year. Third home run in 73 at-bats. Pretty much everything in the air against Ross so far. So he is not keeping the ball down at all.
Hey, check out the pitch right here. 88 miles an hour up in the strike zone. And Evans got all of that one. And since he went back to first base, he's been on fire. .353 average, 12 for 34 with 2 home runs, counting that one.
This is one of the bottom 4 home run hitting teams in the league. They hit more on the road than they do at home. And here's the catcher, Mike Nikias. Well, that negates the Morse RBI in a hurry. Nikias, a 28-year-old catcher from Vancouver. Lives in Springfield, Missouri now. Went to Georgia Tech and was an All-American there. Out of Westlake High School in California. Pretty good jammage right there for an easy pop to Espinal. Pardon me, it's Cora tonight. Danny's been out there every day for months. Have to remind ourselves it's Alex Cora tonight.
He's played in every single game this year.
Yeah, call Luna for up to 70% off all flooring. Shop smart, shop Luna, 877-241 Luna. Second half of the season at home. Ryan Zimmerman, the kid from Virginia, feeling very much at home in the district. There's R.A. Dickey who can hit. 8 hits, 2 RBIs, 8 sacrifices this year. .223 career hitter. Steven Strasburg, nice night to have a sip. And now the stage is set for him in his return back to the big leagues. Easy fly ball, Michael Morse. Top of the order now for Jose Reyes. Strasburg brilliant again last night. They'll be facing a solid Dodger lineup, a ball club that's been playing very well lately. So we understand, surprisingly, many tickets available for Tuesday night. Go to Nationals.com. So how about this for your next 4 starters? Tom Malone's debut tomorrow. Levon, Lannon, Strasburg.
Well, I, for one, am very excited. I can't wait. I'm excited about tomorrow night. I'm excited to watch that guy pitch. Watch him take batting practice today. He's no slouch with the bat.
Not at all. Alex Cora grabs that liner by Reyes. Leadoff homer, Nick Evans, and now the Nats are down by 3 again. longtime affiliate of this organization. And by the way, I saw a note today. 512 is the winning percentage of the Nationals' 7 minor league affiliates this year. 377 wins, 359 losses. And a base hit by Chris Marrero. He told me that just through some different circumstances, he had never laid eyes on Nationals Park until 2 o'clock this morning.
I check out the big right-hander last night in Harrisburg. We know that guy right there. So he's catching. This guy's pitching. Trying to clinch a playoff spot in the Eastern League. I think that takes a ringer to a whole new level. Those two guys in Double-A Harrisburg for the clinching game to go to the playoffs.
How about that? That's hilarious.
Ringer, ringer.
By the way, the Potomac Nationals have clinched the wild card in the Carolina League. At Auburn, the Double Days, I love that name, also leads the Single-A New York Penn League's Pinckney division. 2 games with 4 to play, so the Nats may have 3 affiliates in the playoffs. That ball has a chance to drop in left center. It's on the ground. So Marrero and Ramos doing their jobs in the 6 and 7 spots. And this has the looks of an offensive show tonight.
Yeah, good read by Chris Marrero. You don't know if that ball is going to fall. You get into no man's land as a base runner. Look at Wilson Ramos keeping his hands inside the knuckleball. Nice piece of hitting. But anytime you see a center fielder charging, as a base runner, you have to get close enough to where you can either advance to second or scramble back if he makes a play. So nice swing, good base running.
And with the pitcher up next, you would think not a bunting situation. David Wright even with the bag at third, but Nick Evans plays behind Wilson Ramos at first. Alex on base twice when he last started Sunday in Cincinnati. He had 3 at-bats, was in the ball game for about 2 hours, and then watched the rest of the game for over 3 hours.
His last start before that was July 27th.
And he'll flare it out to center for Pagan. Now we'll see if Ross Detweiler can bunt both of those runners ahead. Tomorrow night, we're going to tell you about it one final time. Free post-game Lifehouse concert presented by Coca-Cola. Tickets start at $10. Log on to nationals.com/Grand Slam for everything you need to know about a fun night of baseball and music. You'll see Tom Malone make his major league debut against Dylan G, who has never lost to the Nats.
Bob will be the guy in the front row with the sleeveless T-shirt, mohawk all spiked up.
Yeah, a couple of body rings.
I want to see that.
Well, got to have one wild fling before Mrs. C flies up here Sunday. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm sure she appreciates your partner right about now.
She's come to expect it. Let me put it that way. And by the way, for those of you who come to the ball game tomorrow, there's going to be a photo day on the field at about 4:45, and FP and I'll be walking around with the other broadcasters and the players, and fans will be ringing the field with their cameras tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Get to say hi to a lot of folks up close and personally. Stays fair. And Nickius did the right thing. He was waiting to see if it would go foul. When the ball stopped, he threw out Detweiler. And for Ross, his second career sacrifice.
And that's why as a pitcher, you always hustle down the first base line. Nice job right there by Ross Detweiler getting down the line, because if you're jogging right there, it gives Nickius a little more time to make a decision. But if you're running hard, he's got to pick up the baseball. You get the job done. So good bunt, good hustle.
Top of the order, Ian Desmond. And a chance to really change the complexion of this early ball game now. Desmond took a huge cut at that one. That ball was sitting upstairs. The old let it fly.
Teed high, let it fly. And that one was up in his eyes. If you can get on top of that ball, I see knuckleballs in that zone go a long way.
Good take on a ball that at the very last moment broke outside. Ian Desmond came into this ball game hitting .324 over the last 3 weeks. In the air to right center. Over to get under it, Angel Pagan. The Nats are gone, and they've stranded 3 base runners in the first 2 innings. The Mets on top 4-1.
Long, and here's Davy Johnson on why he gave him the night off.
I've been wanting to give him a mental break. He's a real tough kid and real strong, but and also this is a guy that hadn't had much success against. So, you know, missing a knuckleball is not a bad thing to do, whether you're playing every day or whatever. And so, good time to give him a day off.
Danny is 0 for 11 career against R.A. Dickey, and although he did not ask for the night off, he told me that he didn't mind taking it off because he felt the last time he faced R.A. Dickey, it messed up his timing for the entire series against the Mets. Bob, FP?
Danny Espinosa, 135 games, 493 at-bats, the most ABs on the ball club. That's our AFCIA sideline report. Visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros.
And sometimes it's just nice to sit there and unplug mentally and watch a baseball game. You see it from a different perspective. You're out there grinding it out every single day, trying to get hits, trying to make plays. And a guy that plays as hard as Danny Espinosa could use a day to sit there. I've been thinking maybe he deserved a day off a long time ago. See the bat go flying right there, but getting back to Espinosa, the type of player that he is, he's a strong kid, he's young, he's trying to establish himself at the big league level, but when you exert as much effort as he does every single night, whether it's standing at second base, diving for baseballs, or running the bases, whatever it may be, your bat gets heavy. It starts to slow down a little bit. You get into September where maybe, as a minor leaguer, you're not used to playing in the month of September. You just play right up to September, and then you're done. So this is a good day for him just to sit back, relax, watch a major league game. But I'll guarantee you Davy Johnson's probably going to find a way to get him into this ball game.
That was about a 110-foot bat toss by Justin Turner. Now the count's even 2-2. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Detweiler goes upstairs for strikeout number 2. And now he'll face the man he struck out, Lucas Duda, first inning.
A little fastball right hit from Detweiler, 93 miles an hour up in the zone. You just can't catch up. Anytime you got a left-hander that throws a fastball mid-90s, you talk to other teams, guys that have faced Ross Detweiler, they tell you it gets on you quick. You don't see a lot of lefties with a powering fastball, an overpowering fastball like Detweiler.
Detweiler, after pounding Duda inside with fastball, starts him off with a breaking ball there.
Well, he's just not picking up that heater from Detweiler. That ball might have hit him if he took it.
Breaking ball hanging upstairs on an 0-2 pitch, a base hit. That's 5 hits for the Mets already. Catch all the action with the upcoming schedule, Xfinity, only from Comcast, your home for the most live sports. So tomorrow, Tom Malone and Dylan G, Levon and Pelfrey with DC 50 joining us on Sunday. Then the Dodgers are in Monday. John Lannon, Steven Strasburg Tuesday. The beat goes on. A lot of fun things happening here. Get Xfinity today. You can call 1-800-XFINITY.
I guarantee if you run down there right now and ask Ross Detweiler, he is asking himself, why did I throw that guy a curveball? Struck him out the first time up in Duda with fastballs. He just fouled the fastball off his body that he didn't pick up very well. He go back to the hammer, speed up his bat, he gets a base hit.
And tonight's game going opposite to form of most of Ross's starts. As a starter this year in the first 3 innings, a 1.50 ERA. After that, 5.06. So tonight, the Mets have 4 runs already on 5 hits. And he is still well away from being out of this inning. David Wright with another extra base hit. Duda heading for third. It'll be second and third, 1 out. And David Wright has 6 total bases already.
And it's the second time this year that David Wright has come into this ballpark absolutely positively locked in. 13 for his last 25. Counting that double right there. A home run, a double tonight.
And his 6-game hitting streak is now 10 for 18. Here's Angel Pagan lined out hard to left to Michael Moore's first time up.
Last time he came here, he was just off the disabled list, and he came off the disabled list on fire.
Good looking fastball inside corner. So the Mets with a half dozen base hits already. 7 outs, 6 hits. Out right center. That's going to drive in 2. And now the Mets lead 6-1.
And this is how the Nats have been hitting him off R.A. Dickey tonight. Good fastball, but a nice piece of hit and beat a good pitch. That was a fastball in the inner half. Hit his location, hit his spot. The guy just pulled his hands in and looped one into right field for a couple of stakes.
I saw Jim Lett in the bullpen take a stroll over to the phone. It did ring. And a pitch up the middle. Hit by Jason Bay, and I'm not sure Alex Cora had it long enough to be ruled possession, so both runners are safe. Alex, in his haste to turn it, did he have it long enough? Brian O'Nora says no.
Well, I think he thought that Ian Desmond was going to take it himself. The ball's taking Ian Desmond toward the bag. He's thinking he's just going to step on the bag right there. Took his eyes off the baseball, tried to be quick. Watch his head. Right there, feeling the pressure from Magand. No, he did not have it long enough for an out.
Colin Ballister is the pitcher throwing. Still only one out in the inning. Here's Nick Evans. Alex Cora's 4th error of the year. I hope the scoreboard corrects something, or else the folks here will be really depressed. The Mets have a 2-run inning right now. On the scoreboard it says 5. Now it says 3. All right, now we got it right. It was 9-1, 7-1, and now 6-1. That ball in the air to left for Michael Morse. Second out of the inning. Terry Collins Ball Club can get some hits. Second in the league in batting average. And the way Ross Detweiler's been pitching, an unexpected bump in the road tonight. His last 2 starts, actually his last 3, 6, 6 2/3, and 6, giving up 1, 1, and 3 earned runs against Cincinnati, against Arizona, and then at Cincinnati. Catcher Mike Nikias popped up to Cora first time. R.A. Dickey, lots of run support tonight. He has a 6-11 record despite a 3.57 ERA, so that indicates he's pitched solid baseball this year, but the Mets haven't supported him. Tonight they have. Davey Johnson's ball club has lost 8 of its last 9. Nats were flirting with 500 mark, got as close as 2 under on the last homestand before running into that Arizona pitching staff. And this one on the infield, it'll be called and taken by Chris Marrero. 2 more for the Mets, and after 3 innings for them at the plate, 6 runs. Is my guess. They're trying not to look at the scoreboard. They think they're on the video, but they're on massive. They're famous from Pennsylvania down to North Carolina. Bottom of the third, Ankiel, Zimmerman, and Morrison. It's all Mets right now. We have that special season ticket offer for you. Buy two, get two for next year. Place a deposit now on 2012 season tickets. You get the rest of this season free at nationals.com/2012. Another one of those Miller Lite party nights out there at the Scoreboard Walk. The Red Loft, the Red Porch, lively places to be. Rick Ankiel doubled first time up with one out in the first and scored on a two-out Michael Morse base hit. Zimmerman and Morse to follow, bottom of the third. Ankiel gets jammed, and that's easy for David Wright. Nice crowd has filed in. Start of our Labor Day Grand Slam weekend. The concert tomorrow night. By the way, fireworks after the game tonight. So Friday night fireworks for one night are back. Ryan flat out to right first time, hitting over 350 over the last 6 weeks now.
They figured out that whole they're going to pitch me away thing. I got to go that way. So he sealed that deal by hitting some bullets to the opposite field, including a home run. So we'll see what the league does to him. R.A. Dickey doesn't count tonight because he's just going to throw knuckleballs up there. But for a good solid week after Zimmerman was one of the hottest hitters on the planet, everything he saw was away. Made the adjustments, and now we'll see how the rest of the league readjusts back to Zimmerman.
The league's still trying to figure that guy out. Ryan takes a fastball inside. Pretty good minor league free agent signing by the Mets January 5th of 2010. 11 wins last year, looking for number 7 here tonight. And a chopper left side over to David Wright. David Wright, 10 errors this year. Ryan Zimmerman, 9. They battled it out for Gold Gloves the last several years.
So Michael Moore's got a new pair of cleats today. And you probably can't see it because of the way he wears his pants. But on his left heel, it says IMA. And on his right heel, I kid you not, it says Beast. So IMA on the left cleat, Beast on the right cleat. It's sewn in there, stitched in. That's how he ordered them. And I would tend to agree. He is a beast.
So you and pitchers finally agree on something. That ball crushed. Absolutely crushed. And up near the top of the seats, looks like it's onto the concourse.
He was a foul beast on that pitch. Wow. Even his foul balls are fun to watch.
That guy did not expect a baseball when he started walking down to his seats from the main concourse. Way inside to Michael, and the count's even 1-1.
Well, when he's hitting, you could be getting off the Metro and have a baseball bounce right by you. Look where this one lands.
Two-handed grab. Nice going, buddy.
How did I get a ball way over here?
That's pretty good when you haven't even taken your seat yet and you got a baseball. I don't know. Maybe it was a concession trip. Pretty cool. And it goes upstairs, 78. Counts 2-2. Slugging percentage leaders. And Ryan Braun's would be even higher had he not fallen twice between third and home the other night. The most replayed
Yeah,
would be inside the park homer of the year.
I'm overseeing that. I've seen it 800 times.
Yeah. Second baseman has the angle. Justin Turner the call and the ball. 3 innings in the scorebook. On to the middle frames here. It's all Mets, 6-1.
Nick Evans, his 3rd of the season, into his own bullpen, so a couple of jacks tonight. For Ross Detweiler, the curveball wasn't curving. The changeup was okay. Whenever you don't have one of your better pitches and it's all you have to rely on is a fastball, that's what's going to happen.
David Wright probably checking out a chart on Colin Ballister, who takes over. So Detweiler done, 48 pitches, 34 strikes. 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, no walks, couple of strikeouts. And as a starter, Detweiler's shortest outing of the year. R.A. Dickey flied to left first time. Alex Cora out to basket catch that one. Just beyond the 8 o'clock hour here. Good to be back home. A rough outing, though, for the Nats so far. 1-5 road trip to Cincinnati and Atlanta. And now back home where the Nationals are 37-28.
Davey Johnson was pretty frank after the game last night. He says, we have to swing the bats better. And I think everybody that watches the ball games knows that. But for the manager to come out and say something like that right after the ball game, I'm very frustrated by the way that ball game ended up last night in Atlanta. Just flat out said, we have to start swinging the bats better. We're not doing the job.
The last 5 outs last night were strikeouts. In the air to right field from Jose Reyes for Jason Worth. Hollywood Casino Charlestown races with our National League leaders. Speaking of the bullpens getting things done at home, how about the Braves? And the Angels sneak in there as the lone entry from the American League.
Yeah, bullpen's not a problem. You can check off that box for next year for sure.
With huge TVs, cold beer, all-star eats, great giveaways. The new Skybox Sports Bar, your game day headquarters, only at Hollywood Casino Charlestown races. So with 2 outs here in the 4th, the hitter will be Justin Turner. The time of the year when things don't go right for a starter, you're out of the ball game early because there are more arms available. The Nats have added 1 arm to the bullpen the last 2 days, and that's lefty Doug Slayton. Mets have 10 in their bullpen right now. And Roger Bernardina has been recalled. Good breaking ball by Ballister. Good 4th inning for Colin. 3 in a row in a hurry. Worth, Marrero, Ramos coming up in a 6-1 game. Teddy was in it early. Abe did a little hot dogging with the bullpen, falling out of contention for a moment, and there was no reason at all for Teddy not to win this race. Maybe 10 feet short of the checkered flag. Down he went.
And that's a late hit by Abe, too. That's going to cost him some money, probably a fine. Commissioner looks at that tape right there. That was definitely unnecessary.
As if the commissioner has nothing else to do. All right, bottom 4. Worth, Marrero, Ramos. 46 pitches, 31 strikes for R.A. Dickey. Against the Nats in his career, 1-3 with a 4.14 ERA, 9 games, 7 starts, and seeing Washington for the 4th time this year. 2 losses and a no decision.
And this is where if you're hitting, you got to guard against the fastball. Even though you know he's going to throw a knuckleball, you can't let him sneak 84, 85 by you.
Worth laces one to center. Last time the Mets were here and faced Dickey on July 30th, Saturday night, Yuneski Maya got his first major league win, 3-0 shutout.
We said last night that Jason Worth would be hacking with 2 strikes, and he was. Got himself a couple of 2 strikes hit. Actually had a home run on an 0-2 count. After having a rough night the night before, had 3 called 3rd strikes. Last night he was hacking. You saw the results. Tonight, same thing.
Chris Marrero. So Marrero acquitting himself very nicely at the major league level. 6 hits, first 19 at bats, batting .316.
Yeah, he can hit. There's no doubt about it. I like his approach. I like the way he's quiet with his bat on his shoulder. Heel up in the air, a little leg kick to get it going.
Wilson Ramos has a base hit. And that's half 5.
That's a good hack. All over that knuckleball. He's very quiet and slow with his lower half, and he just comes unglued with his upper half. And anytime you have a slow lower half, you're going to have a quick upper half. You see him getting down early, letting it loose with 2 strikes. I love it.
Way outside, unreachable. R.A. Dickey's first strikeout tonight.
And that knuckleball from Dickey kind of acted like a slider. So he's got a couple. One that's going to break straight down like a curveball, and one that's going to break across like a slider. And that one just took off.
Wilson Ramos with that base hit first time is now 6 out of 8 career against Dickey. And the young Nats catcher has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 games as a starter. Right there is Angel Pagan for the second out. Tom Gorzolani. If one more batter gets aboard, that'll get the lineup down to Ballister's spot. So if Cora makes it out here, Colin Ballister could pitch one more inning.
Looks like Roger Bernardina's got a helmet on.
Yeah, one more hand in that dugout with Roger being called up. So 2 left-handed batters, Bernardina, Nix, Bixler, Gomes from the right side with Flores, and then Danny Espinosa, the switch hitter.
Yeah, filling out my lineup cards. It was nice tonight to put a bunch of extras in there.
Yeah. And it felt so weird to write in Danny in the extra men box, because he's always been up in the regular starting 8.
Yeah, there's a switch hitter column in mine, and I haven't put anybody in there all season long. That's a changeup right there from Dickey. He'll throw that every once in a while. Doesn't throw it very often. Alex Cora said, I've started twice in the last month, and you're going to mix in a changeup?
Nationals Pitch Track brought to you by Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. David Wright retreats. No play at second, but time at first. Nats are done. They've stranded 4 runners. On to the 5th inning. 6-1 New York. Boys Night Out at the ballpark. And if you have season tickets, you can renew by Thursday, September 15th. Get a 5% discount. Red carpet rewards, Grand Slam easy payment plan, and the Curly W renewal gift await. Nationals.com/renew. Lucas Duda 1 for 2 with a base hit. Colin Ballister bouncing back and forth again this year between Syracuse and Washington. At times flashing that really good fastball curveball combination. Struck out Justin Turner last inning to end it. And he gets a fly ball that's well hit here, but Rick Ankiel is there. That's 4 straight for Colin. Recent streaks for the Mets, Dodgers, and Astros. Look at that. These teams have won 19 of their last 21. Where did that come from? Dodgers actually 2.5 games ahead of Colorado, but they are 11.5 behind streaking Arizona. The D-backs have won 9 in a row now, and they have a 6-game lead over the Giants.
We talked about it in the open today. Next 17 games for the Nats are against teams below 500.
Yeah, which sounds great until you see what they're doing now. Front door breaking ball for a strike, a good one. Joe Saunders and Matt Cain in that first of 3 in San Fran tonight. And basically the Giants have to sweep to gain 3 games or at least win the series just to gain 1. Hard to do the way Arizona's pitching and playing lately.
Yeah, they're playing a little different than the Padres were about this time last year. Padres went into a huge tailspin and allowed the Giants to catch them, and right now the D-backs are playing some pretty good baseball.
Three balls, 1 strike. David Wright, 6-game hitting streak, 10 for 18 with his home run for 3 runs and a double tonight. He scored twice. And Ballister showing him respect by walking him. First walk issued by Washington pitching tonight, and Pagan will be the hitter. Angel Pagan had a career year last year, 290, 11 homers, 69 RBIs. But Carlos Beltran hurt so much. But this year he got hurt, April 22nd, a strained left oblique. And hitting .261 right now with 49 RBIs. Turned 30 this year. A couple of years with the Cubs before moving on to New York. Top of the 5th, 1 on, 1 out. New York leads the Nats 6-1. That ball is drilled to right. Worth heading for the scoreboard. He will have it, and David Wright has to go all the way back, and he has been doubled off first base.
Great throw, wow.
Jason Worth's 10th outfield assist of the year. I think David Wright thought what I did. That ball was leaving the ballpark. Couldn't be back, and the Nats are out of the inning.
time. It's Worth another look. The guy got all of this ball. Worth goes back, finds the track, and gets behind the baseball. Watch him set up right here, so his momentum's going back toward first. No surprises. He picks up his target, a strong one-hop throw. You get the double play. David Wright retouched second base, so he did the right thing. But if I'm Terry Collins, I'm okay with David Wright taking a gamble here up by 5 runs. He's thinking that ball is going to hit off the wall. You got a 5-run lead. Why not? So what if you get doubled up? If that ball lands out off the wall in the gap, you're scoring easy. So you take chances on offense when you have a lead, but still a great play by Jason Worth, and he got a standing ovation over the Nats dugout running in.
With his 10th outfield assist of the year. Ties him for second in the league. Colin Ballister will be the hitter here, leading off the 5th. So with nobody on base, Davey Johnson will let him hack. 0 for 3 as a hitter this year with a sacrifice. And in his career, 4 for 26. 1 RBI. He'll serve one over to the right side, caught by Evans. Nats have only been given, actually giving up 1 walk tonight, but not giving or give in any. And for everyone this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, D.C. To date, $20,150. They urge us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ian Desmond, 2 balls in the air tonight, right and center, 0 for 2.
Boy, we'd love to see a couple of guys get on for Michael Morse, Ryan Zimmerman. Get some base runners on there. You never know. I'm sure these Nats hitters and the offense are getting tired of tipping their caps every night. Well, one of these nights, you figure the offense is going to break out and they can pick up a pitcher who gives up a few runs.
3 runs on 10 hits the last 2 games after that explosion in Cincinnati, or rather in Atlanta. So Desmond will plug the gap and one-hop the wall, and he's thinking 3. He is scampering to third base and makes it easily. That looked like a pretty routine 2-bagger, and Ian Desmond made that into a triple.
Well, he made it right out of the box. As soon as he made contact, he was on his horse, and he was thinking 3, and that's how you get a triple. And that will light up this crowd, light up his dugout. And that just might be the spark they were looking for in offense. Nice piece of hitting right there, letting the knuckleball travel, get deep, driving it the other way. You see how that ball checked up right there? That's all he needed to go to third. See him looking right there? As soon as that ball stayed tight against the wall, that allowed him to make the decision to be aggressive and go for a triple.
Ian Desmond's 11th career triple. Runner in scoring position, 1 out, Rick Ankiel, who has scored the Nats' only run tonight.
That's a good lesson for younger players at home, too. There's a time to pick up your third base coach and a time not to. When the play's right in front of you and you're going to make the decision, you can see it, it's your call. Now, even at the major league level, sometimes you see guys coming around first base and they pick up the coach for the coach to make the decision for them. No, if the play's in front of you, you see it, you make the decision. And that's just what Ian Desmond did.
Way outside to Ankiel. 3-0. Nationals are 1 crooked number away from being back in this game. A base runner here with Zimmerman and Morse coming up would be sweet. And Ankiel, you got to be taking all the way on 3-0, down 5.
Didn't last night.
In the air to left center. That ball is well hit. And Ankiel puts it into the bullpen. It's a 6-3 game.
That's what I'm talking about. Swing the bat, pick up a pitcher. And that is just some crazy pop right there. Rick Ankiel going the other way. You got to be strong to do that, folks. Great swing.
8th of the year, his RBI total hops up to 30. It's a good night for Rick. As we mentioned earlier, only 5 for his last 40. Tonight he comes out and he has 6 total bases on the double, now the homer. Zimmerman and Morse, the next 2 hitters, only 1 out here.
You know, the one thing in common with these last 2 at-bats, what are they doing? They're not trying to pull the knuckleball. That was a fastball right there from R.A. Dickey. Rick Ankiel doing a nice job of going the other way. An opposite field triple and an opposite field home run.
Zimmerman pops it up over near the tarp, and it is reachable for Nick Evans. Well played, 2 outs.
And it's well played because you're on the road. You don't know the dimensions of a lot of ballparks, so nice job of finding the tarp, knowing where you're at, and keeping your eye on the ball.
And he plays a big play in front of Michael Morse. 1 for 2 with an RBI tonight. And that's on the inside corner. Most runs Michael has ever driven in last year, 41. He's going to more than double that this year. He jacks one to left, well foul, look out.
That's 2 of the harder hit foul balls I've seen all season long from Michael Morse. Now he needs to straighten one out. Yeah, give it to the kid.
Nice. He gets credit for the catch, and then he gets an assist. I like it. 0-2, and Michael fights one off right off of his hands.
That's a good thing that kid didn't try to catch it.
Yeah. Good take on a ball under his hands. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And R.A. Dickey thought he had strike 3.
Nationals, by the way, with that Ankiel homer, have now hit 130 on the year. Last season, 149, 9th in the league.
That always used to frustrate me as a hitter. The pitcher throws a close pitch with 2 strikes and he starts to walk off the mound. As a hitter, you're thinking, I'll let you know if it's a strike.
And a 2-2 now. Michael lets him know, then he hits it to right center. It'll play for Pagan. But the Nats put a crooked number on the board. The Desmond triple, opposite field. The Ankiel homer, opposite field. Rick's 8th of the year, and it's almost a brand new ball game. Long way to go. On this Friday night, Colin Ballister now needs to keep the Mets at bay. 2 scoreless innings, facing the minimum of 6. I know there are some who feel that when you're ahead in the ball game and you lose a guy on the bases, bad things happen after that. We'll see. David Wright got doubled off first. FP made the good point that he was pressing the issue. The Nats made the Mets pay for that. We'll see how the situation goes on from here. Ballister, by the way, 19 pitches, 10 strikes. It is so far 2 innings of relief, facing Jason Bay here, and blowing the high fastball by him at an easy 93. Front door pitch for strike 2. Ballister, 15 starts 3 years ago, 7 2 years ago, 17 games in relief. At times, he's been very good out of the bullpen. His ERA last year was 2.57. Looked like a swing. Ed Rapuano, the crew chief, says it is. Ballister doing nothing to hurt that 3.91 ERA this year.
It's a 6th inning. It is time for the Coors Light freeze camp. We are going to go back to the 3rd inning in this double play. And the reason we're going to show it to you again is I'm going to tell you why that Alex Cora dropped this ball. Look how close Ian Desmond is on the feed right here. You know, as a second baseman on a feed, you don't have a whole lot of time to pick up this baseball. See how close they are right there? Alex Cora is looking for that ball. It's coming out of Ian Desmond's jersey. So whenever you have 2 guys that close on a double play, it is tough to pick up the baseball. Coors Light freeze cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. What do you got, partner?
And like Alex, we thought Ian Desmond was going to go to the bag and maybe turn the 6-3 double play.
And on top of that, they haven't worked together a whole lot this season, but
true.
And whenever you go in and you play middle infield and you're a guy like Alex Cora that's done it for a long time, he'd be the first one to tell you he's played shortstop. When you feed somebody that close, you have no reaction time to pick up the baseball. If I was that close to you right now in the booth and I grabbed the ball and tried to flip it to you, you'd have trouble picking it up, seeing it, grabbing it, and turning it. And you're a good second baseman.
And you have a white shirt on.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate the fact that before you toss things over here, you usually let me know. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Evans and Nikias, the next 2 hitters. So Nick Evans in there, Mike Nikias on deck. 6th inning, Ballister trying to just quiet this thing down so the Nats can continue to chip away at this deficit. How about this weather, though? 79 at game time.
Perfect.
With the high humidity, 60% doesn't bother you right now. Is this the spring that we never had? Ballister delivers a fastball and Evans rips it. So he's 2 for 3 with that home run back in the 2nd. And Nick Evans at first. 1 out. Top of the 6th. We'll check the Mets box. David Wright having a big night. The 3-run homer in the 1st. The double in the 3rd. Angel Pagan with that bloop hit in the 3rd, driving in 2. And then Evans, the aforementioned home run. There's Mike Nikias. 2 pop-ups, 1 to 2nd, 1 to 1st. Playing in his 12th ball game, he's 7 for 33 with the Mets this year. He played in 5 games last year. Went 2 for 10 after playing at AA Binghamton and AAA Buffalo. Mets are carrying 3 catchers. Josh Tolley, who I'm sure before this series is over will foul some pitches off, and Ronnie Paulino. Chris Marrero will just go right up to Nikias and say hello with the tag. 2 outs.
Yeah, Josh Tolley left last night's game with a contusion on his left wrist. He stayed back and he was examined by a hand specialist today. So it's a good thing they got multiple catchers.
That guy's a tough out. So here's Dickey 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-ups. Base runner looking in from second. Dickey takes a pretty healthy hack at that one. Slams his bat down. He thought he had something to work with there.
Shut down inning. Nice job.
Yeah, Ballister, 3 of them with Worth, Marrero, and Ramos coming up. Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. We are 2 days into September, and Mr. Jefferson presides over a beautiful Friday evening in our nation's capital. Worth, Marrero, and Ramos coming up. The Nats box. You'll see significant entries from Rick Ankiel, Ian Desmond, and Michael Morse. Jason Worth will lead off. By the way, R.A. Dickey trying to pitch his 8th consecutive so-called quality start. But here's the thing about Dickey. This year he has gone at least 6 innings 22 times out of his 27 starts. You know, a lot of guys do that, but they might go 7 innings like 3 or 4 times or 5 or 6 times. He's gone 7 innings or more 12 times this year. So working on 3 days rest because of the hurricane over the weekend, not bugging him at all. At least through 5.
I feel like knuckleball guys could throw every single day.
Dickey has worked out of the bullpen significantly in his career. Backhand stop, David Wright. You don't hear about many knucklers who come out of the pen.
I'd imagine a knuckleball guy would be hard to throw strikes, just, you know, warming up, coming into a game. The one thing a reliever has to do is he doesn't have time to sit around and feel around for his pitches, make adjustments. You have to pound the strike zone out of a bullpen. So you bring in a knuckleball guy, it might take him a few innings to get the feel for it, and you don't have time for that.
When I was a kid, there was a team who won a pennant with a knuckleballer as their closer, which you never hear. And that was the '64 Cardinals, who beat the Yankees in the World Series with Barney Schultz closing games for them the second half of the season. He was able to command those for strikes. Marrero with a bouncer to Jose Reyes. And 2 quick outs now for Dickey as he's recovered after the Ankiel homer to retire 4 straight. Wilson Ramos 1 for 2. Batting average just steadily climbing for Wilson. He's at 253 right now. He has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 starts. Hit 269 in his cup of coffee with the Nats last year in 52 ABs. After coming over from the Twins, where he hit 296 in just 7 ball games. I'm not sure Ballister's been told yet he's out of the game, but if the Nats get 2 men on board, he will be, with Henry Rodriguez ready. Nice 3 innings for Ballister. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, a double play to erase the 1 walk. That ball's got a chance to fall right in right field line, and Wilson Ramos is 2 for 3.
That is a beautiful thing. You should smile if you get hit like that. You take a million of those. You got guys that robbing you every single night out there, the best defenders in baseball. Hit it like he throws it. Put your hands inside that thing and drop it into right.
Yeah, it's amazing on the Exmo how we see the bat quiver when it doesn't hit that sweet spot. Big, strong kid. Ramos listed at 6 foot 220. He's now batting 255. Roger Bernardino on deck again as this one gets down to Alex Cora, who made the last out in the 4th with Roger waiting. That could have limited Ballister to 1 inning, and now 2 innings later, still the pitcher getting outs for the Nats. 1 ball, 1 strike. On a foul tip, 1-2. Phillies, by the way, at Florida, 5th inning, 3-2 Phils. And the Braves are all over the Dodgers at home, 5-0. Atlanta. 3rd inning. A lot of people suddenly wondering if there is indeed a race in the Central, with St. Louis just having swept Milwaukee. But they just gave up a 4 spot to the Reds at home. Brewers have a lead just like the Phillies do, 7.5. Cora just bumping the ball all over the place so he can get something to hit fair.
He's trying to get down for Roger Bernardino.
Tim Burdick, the lefty. Ryota Igarashi, the right-hander. As I mentioned, the Mets have 8 righties and 2 lefties in their bullpen. They called up Daniel Herrera, the former Red, today, as well as right-hander Josh Stinson. Cora, good take, down low, 2-2. Pitch count's not that big of a deal to a knuckleball guy, but Dickey is at 92. Pretty good ratio. Throwing the pitch that Charlie Huff once called the most fickle friend he ever had, the knuckleball.
You hit one hard foul down the left field line. You hit one hard foul down the right field line. You know what you do now? Hit one right back up the middle.
7 pitches so far. Cora, great at bat, very unlucky. Justin Turner grabs the line drive. This one into the late innings now, 6-3 Mets. different field than it did just a couple of innings ago. Ballister is out for his 4th inning of work in relief of Ross Detweiler. 6-3 ball game. Jose Reyes walks in. AT&T trivia fact: leads the National League, came in hitting .335. Could be the first Met to ever win the batting title. There are some other ball clubs who haven't had one either. First pitch, fly ball. Boy, if you have Jose Reyes hitting fly balls, you are grateful for that. Easy out, Michael Morse. 7th inning underway. Trivia fact 2. We'll never leave you hanging on this. Houston, Milwaukee, D-backs, and Rays also without a batting champion.
I'm trying to think of the batting champion for this franchise.
Did Vlad win one year in Montreal? Or was it Andre Dawson? We'll check it out. We always like to take it one step further, find out whenever we can get in touch with the roots of our ball club. Justin Turner 1 for 3 tonight. Ballister has a good breaking ball going. That one stays up and in, counts even.
Is it Pete Rose, maybe?
He did play for the Expos for a while. Lucas Duda. Look at Ballister getting routine fly balls here. And Keel's under that one. One more time, folks. It's presented by Coca-Cola. After the game tomorrow night, the Lifehouse Concert. Tickets start at $10. Drop by nationals.com/Grand Slam. Join me in the mosh pit for that one. It'll be unbelievable.
I will throw you around like a rag doll.
I can only hope.
Al Oliver, 1982.
How about Al Oliver? You know, most people identify his greatest years, of course, with the Pirates.
And Tim Raines in 1986.
There was a time when Al Oliver was one of the most feared hitters in baseball. He was a combination of speed and power. And he had his game face on every day. Nice research. So 2 of them. Oh, Ballister gives up a bomb here. That ball is going to stay fair. The only blemish on his 4 innings. Home run number 8 for Lucas Duda. And the Mets lead 7-3. One of the ball clubs that doesn't hit homers as a rule, knocking 3 out of Nationals Park tonight.
And that was no cheapie. A 1-0 fastball in the inner half, just dropping his hands on it.
Yeah, for a moment it looked like it was going to hook foul, and then it just really straightened out.
If my memory serves me correct for Colin Ballister, that's either the 3rd or 4th home run he's given up this year on a 1-0 count.
He's given up 6 total in 29 innings. David Wright, the hitter, with a perfect night. 3-run homer, double walk. That thing was out of here by plenty. But I love this ballpark because it's so fair. No cheap homers. You get it good, it goes. And if you really get it well, you're looking at upper tank and concourse, red porch, all kinds of fun things. When you look at this ballpark and how it's configured.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You never see guys off balance, out front, one-handing balls out of this ballpark.
And I remember talking to Mark Lerner about this. In 2007, there was a Saturday afternoon when everybody from the organization came over here for a visit. I mean, the superstructure was up. It was a big rock pile down there on the field. But some of the guys were taking swings and having a little fun with it. And the one thing Mark said is that we want to have the most fair ballpark we possibly can for pitchers and hitters. And I think now that there's a nearly 4-year history here, that has certainly taken place. Little deeper in left field, but the wall is shorter. A little shallower out there at the scoreboard, but you have to hit it 15 feet high to get it over. It's 375 right out to the middle at that Care First sign. It's a beautiful place. Should be hopping tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That ball out to center. Some outfielders broke back. They come in, but Desmond has it, and that'll do it. 4 balls in the air, 1 leaves the park. Time to stretch. Ballister done after 4 innings. And by Bank of America. Capital is very stately and resplendent on this Friday night, September the 2nd. Ball game going into the bottom of the 7th. Here's our game summary from Cox Wireless. Redefining the meaning of fairness for the wireless industry, automatically giving customers money-back minutes on your unused minutes every month. Learn more at Cox.com. Colin Ballister, almost a flawless 4 innings. The Nats still have 9 outs with which to work. Meanwhile, R.A. Dickey into his 7th inning. Brian Bixler will be the pinch hitter. They're going to say Bernardina for when somebody's on base. Todd Coffey will be ready for the 8th when he needs to. So Colin Ballister, 45 pitches, 26 strikes, and 4 long relief innings. Bixler this year as a pinch hitter, 3 for 17 with an RBI. R.A. Dickey trying to beat the Nats for just the 2nd time in his career. A lot of starts. This is his 8th. He's only had 4 decisions in the first 7. And he takes the fastball at 84 and throws it by Brian Bixler. Top of the order, Desmond and Ankiel, the next 2 hitters. Debbie Taylor, what's going on with Lance Nix, who's really been beaten up lately?
Well, that's right, Bob. And Davey Johnson told me before the game that he doesn't expect to have Lance available for a week. I asked Lance about that. He said probably not quite that long. He said that he's going to at least take the next 2 days off, no baseball activities, and then be reevaluated and see how he feels after that. His groin obviously a problem, but he said it's not as bad as a past groin problem. He thinks he can get back sooner.
Well, I got news for you. A baseball player is never going to say it's going to be as long as everybody else says. They can say it's a week. The trainers can say it's going to be 2 weeks. The players say, oh, I'll be back in a couple days. Because that's how you have to think.
(3-2). And Bixler with a base hit. R.A. Dickey didn't want to walk anybody with a 4-run lead, and Brian Bixler checks in with his 4th pinch hit of the year. Terry Collins playing this thing hitter to hitter right now. So that'll do it. He'll let R.A. Dickey go out there for his 7th inning of work, and as soon as he gives up a base hit, it is adios. This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics. Solid outing for the knuckleballer tonight. By Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Cherokee delivers the ultimate combination of real-world capability and on-road refinement. If you're going to be at the ballpark, stop by the displays here this weekend or visit your local Jeep dealer to learn more and schedule a test drive. You will love the Jeep Grand Cherokee at the summer clearance event. That's not a bad parking spot either.
It's solid. Now, after that, it's time for our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, and it's Rick Ankiel. Go back to the 5th inning. Little opposite field job. His 63rd career home run. He's only had 6 home runs from center field over to the left field line. That was his first opposite field home run this year, and we made it a Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
Most appearances on the Mets staff, Tim Burdick. This will be number 60. 32 innings, 39 strikeouts. And he gets a strike call to start off Ian Desmond with the leadoff runner aboard here, 7th inning. The Nats have used late inning lightning at home as their primary weapon all year here to forge a 37-28 record. Desmond shows bunt. Wishes it would have stayed fair. Strike 2.
Great idea. You need base runners. You got the heart of the order coming up. I mean, Ian Desmond all of a sudden is just thinking like a leadoff hitter. Whether he's being patient his first couple at-bats, trying to get on base, seeing pitches, going deeper into counts, just relaxing at the plate. That right there shows me that he is starting to believe that he's a leadoff hitter. That was a good idea. He gets that fair. It's a base hit.
David Wright can back up now on 0-2. Evans holding Bixler. Ooh, that's close. Fastball just up and away.
Oh, he caught a break on that one for sure. And maybe when Mark Wagner's seeing knuckleball all night, something straight kind of locked him up.
And a big breaking ball to swing and a miss. Told you Burdak's a strikeout pitcher. That's a pretty good weapon to neutralize a right-handed aggressive hitter. Top of the hour here at beautiful Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Bottom of the 7th inning on a lovely Friday night. 79 degrees at game time. 1 hour and 55 minutes ago. And Ankiel pulled a double. took a home run the other way. He has driven in 2, scored 2.
And he can sit on the slider right here. He rode a fastball out the other way last time up. Beardeck throws the slider 49% of the time, so he's going to see a lot of sliders from the lefty.
Did he go? Alfonso Marquez says he did.
He threw the get me over slider first pitch and then the nasty one second pitch.
Ryan Zimmerman, nobody happier to see the knuckleballer out. He's now 2 for 16 career against R.A. Dickey. 0 for 3 tonight. And Keel, late reaction to a high heater. 2 down. Citrix and Convergence teaming up on the pitch track.
Yeah, that's just a rough go for Ankiel right there. You got a guy that throws sliders half the time, and it's a nasty slider at that, coming into face Rick. You miss the first couple, you get a fastball up, nothing you can do.
Ryota Igarashi's been warming up, and Terry Collins. Faced the Nets and never lost to them. 3 starts, 3 wins, a 1.27 ERA. The Nationals will see Tom Malone making his major league debut. He was a 10th rounder back in '08 out of Southern California, born and bred. And we can't wait to see Tom Malone on the mound tomorrow night with that very fine control of his good command, working all quadrants of the strike zone. Should be a lot of fun. So he was 12-6 this year at Syracuse. Good ERA. FP, though, the thing that just jumps out at you, the strikeouts to walks.
It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. 155 strikeouts versus just 16 walks.
Drew Storn-like in the minor leagues 2 years ago. Now it's up to Zimmerman with 2 outs, and that runner Bixler still sitting at first base. Breaking ball to Ryan for a strike. 0 for 3 tonight. Fly ball to right. Bouncer to David Wright. And a foul out on a good play by Nick Evans, first base up against the tarp.
And a fastball curveball split from Igarashi. He'll go to that split with 2 strikes.
31-year-old right-hander. Zimmerman drills it to right. Bixler will stop. You have to when you're down by 4. And that'll get Michael Morse to the plate in what could be a 7th inning game altering situation.
Yeah, get on top of a high fastball, Ryan Zimmerman. Look at that. You get that leg kick up early and slow. Watch out for that moth flying by your head, and then get on top of that fastball. Look at that. That's perfect.
That was a beautiful wingspan on the Exmo, too, by that moth. The Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram summer clearance event won't last long. These offers. Hurry into your local dealership today and check out the beautiful Jeep Grand Cherokee when you're at the ballpark this weekend.
Sometimes you see too many things with the Exmo. A pitcher for the Yankees the other night have a moth fly right into his face.
Yeah.
In the middle of his delivery and threw it away.
Matt Holliday had one fly into his ear. And they had to go in the clubhouse, turn off the lights, and shine a flashlight to attract it enough so they could pick it out of there. What's next for ball players? Earplugs? Worth next if Morse can extend this 7th inning. One ball, one strike. Phillies have tacked on a run in the 6th. They lead the Marlins 4-2, and the Braves lead the Dodgers in Atlanta 5-2 5th inning. That's how the rest of the division's doing. 7-3 Mets right here, bottom 7. 2 on, 2 out.
It was Phil Hughes the other night, I think.
You're
middle of
right.
his delivery. Moth hit him right in the eye against the Red Sox. Threw the ball away. And Moth can't stop Ryan Zimmerman.
Might be the same Moth. Made their way down from New York.
Yeah, same one that flew out of your wallet on the road trip.
Wow. Loves ballparks. Morse, foul just outside the bag.
Yeah, pretty close right there. Another good swing. Broke his bat, I think. He's going back to get another one, but that's just foul. And Alfonso Marquez right on top of it. I look at these guys' bats every day in the bat rack during batting practice. I'll tell you what, these maple bats they swing are so hard. And guys are using them during the game, and you can't even see marks on them. Use an ash bat, you'll see like seam marks, indentations on the bat. You could use a maple bat for a week, and it looks like you just pulled it out of the rack.
1-2, and that's just a little bit up and away.
Well, we could look at it again, but it was a ball up and away. A little closer than I thought originally.
Convergence Technology and Citrix, experts with desktop virtualization. They'll help your company achieve efficiency and cost reduction. Call them at 301-860-1960 or log on to convergencetech.us. 2-2 pitch, and Morse hangs in there.
Wow, he got away with one. That was a hanger. Wow.
Now it's right-hander Josh Stinson and the lefty, former Cincinnati Red Daniel Herrera. Those are the two newest additions to the Mets bullpen with the rosters expanding.
And Nikias is going to go out there and say, don't throw that one again, because that had a 3-run tater written all over it. Igarashi got away with a split up in the zone.
Michael Morse 1 for 3 with a 79th RBI tonight. 7-3 ball game, bottom 7. A little easier to take that one well outside, and now the runners will be on the move.
See if he goes with a fastball right here. If I'm Michael Morse, you have to respect his fastball. I also got a little off speed in the back of my head. See what he goes with.
Igarashi, 31 strikeouts in 28 innings coming in. And a 3-2. He does break it and strike out Michael Morse. The Mets bullpen struck out the side. Nats have stranded 7 into the 8th inning. The Mets 7-3.
left to right. But where that play was made was by Jason Worth getting behind the baseball. How many times do you see an outfielder just kind of drift with the baseball, Cadillac the catch, and all of a sudden there's a runner to double up and they're not ready? Jason Worth fundamentally sound on that play, getting behind the baseball, so there was no surprises, in a good position to throw all the way back to first.
10th outfield assist of the year. So Todd Coffey, 52 innings in 57 appearances, 41 Ks. And the league hitting .239 against him. Pagan, who can really run, shows bunt, pulls the bat back. He has stolen 28 bases this year, 8th most in the league. So another good start for R.A. Dickey for the Mets. And Pagan will lift one to right that'll send Jason Worth back onto the track. Now the top of the 8th gets underway in this copyrighted telecast, presented by authority of the Washington Nationals, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. We'll have an attendance figure shortly to kick off this Grand Slam Labor Day weekend. Jason Bay 0 for 3. Coffey with a really nice front door slider. 0-2. Well, he's got the slide piece going tonight. Just one hit now in his last 9 innings arrived, and here comes Nick Evans, who's had a good night with the bat.
It's time for a Morgan pivotal play. Let's go back to the second inning. Now, first inning, the Mets scored 3, and Nats answered with 1, and they got it right back with Nick Evans' 3rd home run of the year, and shot into his own bullpen. And that was a very pivotal play in this ballgame. Morgan Franklin and their clients know that pivotal plays don't just happen in sports. See who's making them in business and government at pivotalplays.com.
Nick Evans' 7th major league home run in parts of 4 years with the Mets. Bullpen pretty solid tonight. 4 innings, 1 run, Ballister. And so far, so good for Todd Coffey here in the 8th. Chopper to third. Took Evans forever to get out of the box, and Ryan Zimmerman easily picks him off. So Coffey does his job. Maybe Worth, Marrero, and Ramos now can do theirs.
Just kidding.
It's because Johnny Bench and Don Gullett were not available. You know, only so many Hall of Famers can play behind the plate in 1 week in one organization. How about that? Strasburg and Pudge Rodriguez helping Harrisburg clinch last night. Hey, it's all legal.
Getting their work in.
Josh Stinson for the Mets.
He split the season between Buffalo and Binghamton. He started the year with the Binghamton Mets, making a couple of starts. He was promoted to Buffalo, where he went 3-7 with a 7.44 ERA and 13 starts. He went back to Binghamton to work as a reliever, where he was 4-3 with 6 saves. Other than that, I know nothing about him.
That was pretty good. Josh Stinson is from Shreveport, LA. 37th rounder back in 06. And like a lot of guys down there, his hobbies are golfing, fishing, and hunting. Probably been on a few bayou boats down there. Worth reaching deep short. Reyes has to hurry and out on a close play.
Well, I thought that was going to be a hit.
David Wright couldn't cut it. Reyes played it well. Nats are down to their final 5 outs.
I'm wondering if Jason Worth got out of the box, because I thought this was going to be a hit as soon as it got by David Wright. And you see the hesitation from Reyes, but he was running hard the whole way. Just the arm of Jose Reyes right here is the difference. On his heels, sidearm, bullet right on the money.
I've always thought he's been a bit underrated defensively because of his great range. You know, but he doesn't throw the ball as hard as some other shortstops. He just gets it there in time. He's never won a Gold Glove. And now that Tulowitzki is winning them on a regular basis and Jimmy Rollins is still around, it's a tough position.
15 errors this year. That's not that bad when you're playing every day.
Yeah. Chris Marrero 1 for 3. 6 for 21 as a big leaguer in his 6th ball game. Henry Rodriguez. As the Nats work their way down to the bottom of the order again. Two and two.
Pretty good fastball, pretty good location. I bet you Stinson's thinking right now, that ball that Worth hit is a base hit in AAA.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So Josh Stinson, the rookie, first big league K. And our game flow here in the 8th inning, brought to you by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. Wilson Ramos now. Ramos, 2 hits, 1 to left center, 1 to right field down the line. Marlins have picked up a run in the bottom of the 6th at home, still trailing the Phillies 4-3. And a home run by Jose Lopez. Cora in the 8th spot if Ramos can extend the 8th inning. Locked him up. Nats getting their first in-person look at Stinson, and he has a very good first major league inning into the 9th. bloop single, and then another on the home run 7th inning, Lucas Duda. So Henry Rodriguez on for the 8th, or rather the 9th inning against Nikias. The catcher to lead off. And the rookie pitcher, Josh Stinson, has a bat. Evidently, Terry Collins liked the way he threw the ball there, and he may come out for the 9th.
And Wednesday in Atlanta, Henry had a perfect inning with 1 strikeout. There's a stat in the notes today that says his ERA when he doesn't walk anybody is 1.80. When he walks somebody, it's 5.72.
98 for a strike.
The other night in Atlanta, he was nice. Lots of strikes. The changeup was good.
One ball and 2 strikes to Mike Nikias, 0 for 3 tonight.
A pretty good take right there. Another nice curveball. I think it locked him up. And unlike a lot of those off-speed pitches from Henry, that looked like a strike all the way.
Henry Rodriguez with his 47th appearance. 3.88 ERA, so that ERA is right in the middle of those 2 numbers you gave us. The 1-something when he doesn't walk anybody, and the 5-something when he does. Another long count. Out into the gap in right center. On the run, Rick Ankiel. It carries to the track for the first out.
You get the barrel on 99, it's going to go a long way.
So Josh Stinson, making his first big league appearance and having thrown a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts, will also get his first major league at bat. That has to be a rarity.
Against Henry Rodriguez.
Bit of a smile as if to say 98. Where did that go? 2-0. You'd like to get your team back in the dugout quickly, get some momentum going for the bottom of the 9th with Cora, a pinch hitter, and then Desmond coming up.
I like that trip by Wilson Ramos right there. Nip it in the bud. Whatever you saw him doing wrong, he'll be pulling across those last 2 fastballs, kind of choking it off a little bit. Go out there and tell him.
And he doesn't get the call on the 2-0. And he walks to pitcher, making his first major league at bat on 4 pitches. Do you throw the ball in the dugout for that?
Nope.
Okay. Mookie Wilson greets him at first base. Chris Marrero tapping his glove to let him know he's close, and he'll back up a little bit. Can't back up too much, though, on Reyes.
And this is where once he's gotten strike one, he goes to the changeup, and it's been a good pitch for him.
Justin Turner next for the Mets here in the ninth. Was that ball picked off the ground? It looks like it was on a fly by Ramos. Jose Reyes saying that ball hit the ground. And the home plate umpire, Mark Wegner, will not ask for help from third base ump Alfonso Marquez.
Oh, he might have a good argument right there. Let's see. Did it hit the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if he fouled that ball off and it hit the ground and hit Wilson Ramos's glove, there should have been 3 sounds. The foul ball, the dirt, and the glove.
Yeah.
And that should be pretty obvious, right, if you're sitting right there.
Yeah, Reyes robbed of a strike 3 there. And then Justin Turner stepped into the batter's box and asked the umpire to throw out the baseball that was used for that strikeout. Maybe his way of telling him that it hit the ground.
There's a scuff on it.
Turner 1 for 4 tonight. And a check swing. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on a big breaking ball outside. So Rodriguez walks 1, strikes out 2. 8, 9, and 1 coming up, bottom 9. It'll take some heroics at the bottom of the order. It appears to be Cora, Bernardina, and Desmond against Josh Stinson making his Major League debut. Check out MASN Mobile for maximum access to exclusive Nats interviews, special behind-the-scenes content available only through social media. Facebook.com/MASN Nationals. Content you just can't miss. Alex Cora, 0 for 3 tonight, lined out hard last time to the second baseman. And Stinson throws it in there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Load him up, see what happens.
Got a veteran hitter is going to take in that situation.
I'm taking 1 strike. I ain't taking 2. I mean, you have to take a strike when you're down by 3 or 4 runs. Try to get on base any way you can, but you never take 2.
One ball and 2 strikes. Nats in danger of falling 10 games under 500 now. And Cora will sneak one into left field. Wily veteran just taking the ball the other way. Base hit. He's had 2 real good at-bats tonight.
Yeah, lined out to second base his last time up, so it all started with a line drive single to left.
Roger Bernardina's back. He hit .250 in 46 games at Syracuse, 6 homers, 14 RBIs, 14 stolen bases. And with the Nats earlier this year, .247, 5 homers, 20 RBIs, and 16 steals. Earlier when Bernardina was leading off and getting on base, he and Desmond gave the Nationals a pretty high-powered running game. Bouncer up the middle. Could be 2. Roger flying to first, but Reyes relay beats him. Tom Malone's going to make his Major League debut tomorrow, 24-year-old out of Southern Cal. Dylan G for the Mets. He's never lost to the Nats. 6:30 Nats Extra. And first pitch at 7:05 tomorrow night with the post-game Lifehouse concert here at Nationals Park.
And Malone has never lost to the Mets.
I hope we can say that about this time tomorrow. Ian Desmond on a take of the breaking ball outside. Ian tonight, a triple in 4 trips, a run scored as he got aboard right ahead of the Ankiel home run. And he'll slap one out to center field. 2 for 5 night for Desmond, who's coming off 4 hits in the Atlanta series, and he had 5 at Cincinnati.
And that a hero. That double play all of a sudden really hurts. You see him pulling in his hands right there, trying to get some part of the bat on the ball. The second hit of the night for Desmond.
Nats aren't done yet. That'll finish Stinson with 1 out to go. Still not a save situation, but we'll see. With 2 here in the ninth, they've had 5 innings tonight where they've had more than 1 hit. September 1st, yesterday, the Mets got from Milwaukee Daniel Herrera.
You see the numbers on Herrera right there. Fastball, slider, change. The fastball is only 82 miles an hour. All of a sudden for Terry Collins, this has turned into Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah, he's trying to get to 2 games under 500 here. Mets a troubled franchise looking for good news. Johnny Gomes will bat for Rick Ankiel. Desmond's at first base. Johnny Gomes as a pinch hitter for the Nats, 0 for 8.
And that's the fastball. His changeup is 66 miles an hour.
A Levon type breaking ball at 67. Wow.
Now I'm looking at the Mets bullpen right now, and Jason Isringhausen is up.
Yeah. Well, if Gomes gets on base, it becomes a save situation. Nats are down by 4. Johnny Gomes, did he go? He did not, said Rappuano with a very slow motion safe call.
Eddie and Johnny Gomes must go way back. Let's see, did he go?
I thought he went.
Thought he did too, but on the replay, it looked like he might have held up. Naked eye, yeah. Replay, no. And it's usually the other way around.
Bottom of the ninth. Jason Isringhausen, 7 saves for the Mets this year, resurrecting his career. And Gomes will turn on one and hit it hard, way foul. game is over on a 67-mile-an-hour pitch. 2 hours and 41 minutes for the Mets to beat the Nats for the 7th time in 12 tries this year. 7-3 the final for FP and Debbie. Bob Carpenter hoping you join us tomorrow night. Game 2, Dylan G. and the Major League debut of Tom Malone. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned. Nats Extra, Johnny and Ray from the booth. So long for just a while.